One of these is a high quality potting medium. The other one is filled with shit. Guess which one I'm going to be giving to my plants? I'm Adam from Dirty Roots Berlin, and today we are going to be talking about soil, particularly living soil for your indoor plants. Now, most of the organic hacks out there online are not going to be doing much for your plants, but I'm going to explain to you today what you can do to improve the quality of your soil and the overall health of your plants. Everybody wants quick, easy, organic hacks to grow their plants. Bury a banana peel, sprinkle some eggshells in there. But the truth of the matter is they don't fucking work. Plants don't absorb organic matter. Their roots are not capable of eating large, complex organic structures. They need to be broken down into not only something that is water soluble, but that is in a basic chemical component in order to be absorbed by the roots. We'll go a little bit more into detail of what that means in a bit, but just the idea is in order for plants to utilize any sort of organic matter, there needs to be something that breaks that down. If you just throw whole organic matter at your plants, it's like throwing a steak at a baby and expecting it to know what to do with it. So if plants can't eat banana peels and eggshells, how do they get their nutrients? Enter soil microbes. They're the true heavy lifters of the soil world. They basically take your complex organic matter and your banana peels and they break them down into something that is going to be able to be utilized by your plants. If you don't have soil microbes to break them down, it's just going to turn into a stinking, rotting mess that'll probably end up doing more harm than good and causing you more headaches than joy. So most of the potting medium that you're going to buy from a store comes pre-sterilized, meaning any soil biology that would have naturally been in there has been killed off. Now, there are some bacteria that are going to be ubiquitous and found anywhere, but you're not going to have the complex diversity, let alone the amount of biology that you're going to need in order to properly cycle your organic matter into plant nutrients. So what happens when you use synthetic fertilizers is that most of those are made from mineral salts, and those mineral salts are harmful to any soil bacteria that may already be in your soil. They tend to dry them out and kill them. Not all soil biology, but the vast majority of good, healthy soil biology is going to be actively harmed, if not killed, by synthetic fertilizers. Your adding of the bio or organic fertilizers isn't going to do you a whole lot of good unless you have good, healthy, active soil biology in there in the first place. So how do you effectively feed your plants then? The first is to stop buying into these organic hack bullshit ideas. Really, what we need to do is introduce good quality soil biology. And there's a few different ways that you can do that. One of the most common and easy ways is to compost. And I have, for example, here my own vermicompost that I make at home. And I use this as a way to introduce good, healthy soil biology on a constant, regular basis. The worm castings also happen to house a lot of microbes. The structure themselves is great for microbes to live and thrive, so it's a wonderful way to do that. You can also buy pre-made mixes of various forms of bacteria and soil fungus and protozoa as a way to add them as well, but this isn't necessary if you end up making it on your own. Another way is to just get a tablespoon of really nice soil that you find outside and add it to your plants. That tablespoon is going to be filled with so much different kinds of soil biology, and they will inoculate and colonize the rest of that plant pot that you have. So if I were to put in, even in a situation like this, probably less than a teaspoon worth, in about 48 hours, it'll be colonized with bacteria. In a couple of weeks, it'll be colonized with fungus. And those protozoa, and there's nematodes in there as well, microarthropods, and all of those different soil biology will start to break down that organic matter. Now, the downside is this does take time. Unlike with synthetic fertilizers, which are going to be immediately available to your plant, most of the nutrients are needing to be processed and therefore take up to 3 months, sometimes a year or longer. In the case of eggshells, it can be decades or centuries before they're actually broken down. And so it is a slower process. We have to be ahead of the curve. We have to think about feeding our soil long before our plants show nutrient deficiencies. It's also important that if you're going to be incorporating soil biology, that you have a more even approach to things like watering. For example, going too long without watering or constantly overwatering your plants can have a negative impact on your soil microbes. They like to stay, like most of your plants, evenly moist. Now, that isn't to say that if you do end up letting your plants dry out, that all hope is lost and you have to start back over from zero, because a lot of these soil microbes, once introduced, are quite hardy and happen to hibernate or somehow go dormant when there's a lack of water, but you will lose some of that population and may want to do things to reinvigorate that to some degree. As a recap, your plants don't eat organic matter. They eat the poop that your microbes shit out after they've eaten the organic matter. And if you want these organic hacks to work, you need to first introduce soil biology and learn how to keep that soil biology alive and happy. In later episodes, we're going to talk about exactly how to do that, but for now, I want you to start thinking about the idea of incorporating soil biology even into your decorative ornamental houseplants as a way to grow them in a more holistic and environmentally friendly manner. And in conclusion, if you take one thing away from this video, I want you to remember that plants do not eat organic matter. They eat what microbes poop out. So you need microbes to process the organic matter before your plants can utilize it. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you very much. And if you found this information helpful, please remember to let us know what you thought of it so that we can continue to do this even better for you in the future.